Good evening, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 2020 UOB Painting of the Year Awards virtual ceremony. The UOB Painting of the Year is the bank's flagship art program that aims to uncover and to nurture artistic talent across the region. Singapore's longest running and one of the most prestigious in Southeast Asia, the annual Art Awards is open to artists in Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, and Thailand. This year, established and aspiring artists from the 4 countries have shared their impressions based on the theme of solidarity and the importance of staying united in these times of adversity. For the first time, artists were able to submit their entries digitally, and also for the first time, this awards ceremony is being held virtually. This evening, we celebrate the achievements of the artists. We will be announcing the winning artists for Singapore and the Pinnacle Award, the 2020 UOB Southeast Asian Painting of the Year, where the winner is chosen from the country winners from Singapore, Indonesia, Malaysia, or Thailand. Let's welcome Mr. Wee Ee Cheong, Deputy Chairman and CEO of UOB, to open this evening's program.
Guest of honor, Deputy Prime Minister of Singapore, Coordinating Minister for Economic Policies, and Minister for Finance, Mr. Heng Swee Keat. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. On behalf of UOB Group, a very warm welcome to you. 39 years ago, we held our first annual UOB Painting of the Year, or POY competition. This year, for the first time, and due to the pandemic, we are hosting a virtual ceremony. Because of this, more of us across the region can come together this evening to celebrate the best works and winner of this year's competition. This virtual arrangement ties in well with the key feature of art, that it has no boundaries. It connects us across space, time, language, and culture. We have always said that art brings people together, that it opens our mind to a world of possibilities. Well, it certainly has. This year has been challenging for all, including the art community. The pandemic made it difficult for our communities to access and to appreciate art. But that has not stopped us from championing Southeast Asian art. We quickly transformed our physical art programs into digital ones, running them through virtual channels. In May, we launched the UOB Art Explorer. It is a regional online program with a full suite of art tutorials, art therapy, and virtual exhibitions. UOB Art Explorer brings the benefit of art to everyone in real time. It is designed to promote mental well-being. That is very important, more so now. In this time of extreme flux and uncertainty, during the year, we also held exhibitions at the UOB Art Gallery in Singapore to profile winners and their works. In Indonesia, we collaborated with our UOB artists and held a virtual exhibition. Part of the sales proceeds went to local artists impacted by the pandemic. As the leading patrons of art in Asia, UOB believe in the power of art to unify and to heal. As such, solidarity is the theme for this year's competition. We wanted to send a positive message to all in the global fight against the pandemic, to draw out the importance of being united in trying times. We launched an online portal so all participants could submit their entries easily and safely across the region. This year, all 4 countries saw strong participation, each entry expressing real-life experiences of solidarity. We believe it is essential to encourage the talented to pursue their passions. Over the decades, many of our POY artists have been receiving the recognitions they deserve. POY will turn 40 next year, and we will persevere in nurturing the next generation of great Southeast Asian artists. Deputy Prime Minister Heng, you have been with us on this journey. 6 years ago, as Minister for Education, you were also our guest of honor. Thank you for your continued support. Thank you to our esteemed judges, participants, and partners for making our competition and this evening's program possible. Let's stay united in our appreciation for art and in solidarity with the art community. Thank you. Take care.
Thank you, Mr. Wee. This evening, we are very honored to have Deputy Prime Minister, Coordinating Minister for Economic Policies, and Minister for Finance, Mr. Heng Swee Keat, as our guest of honor. Deputy Prime Minister, please.
Good evening. I'm very glad that in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic, we continue to hold the 2020 UOB Painting of the Year Awards ceremony. The theme of this year's competition, solidarity, resonates in these difficult times. The arts has the power to uplift our spirits, strengthen our resilience, and bring people together. During the crisis, I'm glad that many artists and arts groups have come together, formed online support groups, collaborated on new initiatives, and gave back to the community. Corporates have continued their support so that Singapore's arts scene can weather this storm and emerge stronger. One long-term arts patron is UOB. UOB has been recognized by the National Arts Council as a distinguished patron of the arts for the past 16 years. UOB has led by example by adapting the presentation of this annual art competition, one of the most prestigious in Southeast Asia. The UOB Painting of the Year competition has supported Singaporean and regional artists and has given our people the opportunity to appreciate exciting new works from the region. This year's winning entries are artistic expressions of our shared experiences, encouraging and bringing people together in times of adversity. The government is committed to supporting the arts and preserving core capabilities in the arts community. After discussing with MCCY, I announced the $55 million Arts and Culture Resilience Package during the Resilience Budget in March this year. To recover from this crisis and better position the arts in a post-COVID world, we'll need to work closely with all stakeholders, including artists, arts patrons, and audiences. MCCY will be hosting a series of Emerging Stronger conversations for the arts community. I look forward to your ideas and support. Finally, let me congratulate all the 2020 UOB Painting of the Year competition winners. I wish you continued success in your artistic endeavor.
Thank you, Deputy Prime Minister. Each year, the UOB Painting of the Year competition receives a high number of entries across Southeast Asia. We invite luminaries in the art world to form a panel of judges to assess every submission and to determine the best paintings. We are grateful for their expertise and time. From Singapore, Regional and Singapore Chief Judge Dr. Bridget Tracy Tan. She is the director of the Institute of Southeast Asian Arts and Art Galleries at Nanyang Academy of Fine Arts. Mr. Khairuddin bin Hori, curatorial director and partner, Chan and Hori Contemporary. And Dr. Vincent Liao, leading Singaporean artist and art educator at School of the Arts, Singapore. From Indonesia, Chief Judge Mr. Agung Pujatnika Jenong, who is a curator and also lecturer at Bandung Institute of Technology, Indonesia. Mr. Asikin Hassan, member of Curator Council, National Gallery, and curator of Salihara Gallery. And leading Indonesian artist, Ms. Ai Chu Christine. From Malaysia, our Chief Judge, Ms. Bibi Chu, Industry Advisory Panel in Visual Arts for the Cultural Economy Development Agency. Mr. Choi Chun Wei, leading Malaysian contemporary artist. And Ms. Tan Hui Kun, curator, National Art Gallery of Malaysia. And from Thailand, Chief Judge, Emeritus Professor Parinya Tantisuk, who is a leading Thai artist and also Thailand's National Artist in Visual Arts Painting 2018. Mrs. Lakana Kuna Vichayanon, art consultant and curator. Mr. Amrit Chusuwan, Vice President for Arts and Culture, Silapakon University, and also consultant and curator, Art Mill, Songkla Art Center. Thank you, judges. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now hear from Regional Chief Judge Dr. Bridget Tracy Tan.
In an extraordinary year, we continue to define the role art plays in our lives. The 39th UOB Painting of the Year shared a good spread of entries that were judge-based in both a digital and physical space. Above all, the works showed that art makers, both the younger and more established, are passionate about imagining a visual language that bridges our cultural and social divides at home and across geographical borders. The 2 Michelin star chef Jose Avilés once said, "What makes us humans unique is our ability to tell stories." The chosen winning works share this common feature, whether they are representational or abstract. Each tells a story. They tell stories that allow us to be part of it, and in our participation, the artwork finds a fullness and a meaningfulness that lingers. While we are closed in with a digital concourse, we should not forget the tangible experiences and stories that make us human. The community of art makers in Singapore and the region have not lost their spirit. Like the UOB Painting of the Year entries, art and art making bring us together. They prevail in creating visceral experience, stimulating our emotions, our thoughts, our visual connectivity, and our ties to one another in Singapore and in the region.
Thank you, Dr. Tan. The first category this evening is the 2020 UOB Painting of the Year Singapore Emerging Artist category. This category is open to all aspiring artists pursuing a career or education in art, or who simply have a passion for art. The 2020 Highly Commended Award for the Emerging Artist category goes to Mr. Charlie Chua for his painting, The Ever Day. It captures the collective emotions and struggles of our present and hope for the future. In times of crisis, we continue to evolve and to adapt, communicating digitally and finding ways to work in unison. Ms. Sherrywinata for her painting titled Perfection and Destroyer. She depicts art as lifelike, always in a state of process. We have the power to transform our world and progress through challenges. Ms. Gek Neo Nolisa binti Yusuf Abdullah Ho for her painting titled Resolve Number 1. This artwork depicts peace and harmony amid turmoil. It represents determination and discipline displayed in overcoming the pandemic. Congratulations to all 3 highly commended award winners. The Bronze Award for the Emerging Artist category goes to Mr. Leon Poe for his painting titled Recommence 55, which depicts life in Singapore during the 55 days of circuit breaker, when non-essential businesses were closed. Congratulations, Leon. Let's hear from him on his pursuit of art.
I started drawing first in pencil and it was in black and white. But when I started painting, it added a whole other dimension to my artworks. When circuit breaker first started, there was a lot of uncertainty. Singapore was literally at a standstill. When an artist creates a work, they are basically putting their heart on the platter. Because when you find that one person that is able to connect with your work, it's going to mean the whole world to you. Never give up on your dreams.
Moving along, the Silver Award goes to Mr. John Su for his painting titled Stay Home, Stay Safe, Stay United. His painting is rich with imagery of Singapore's multi-ethnic society and staying united. Congratulations, John. Let's take a look at John's art journey.
They have a team called Solidarity, which I think it worked closely with what we are facing at this period of time, the pandemic. The inspiration came from the Chinese door, which is the Mensen. So it gave me the idea of having this stay home and stay safe. People can see it and understand the outcome and to respond to it. Art is a storybook to deliver messages.
The Gold Award goes to Ms. Sasha Lisman Susanto for her painting titled 8 Years Old. The painting depicts the memories of the artist growing up with her pet, Hush. She wants to remind the viewer to treasure quality time with family. Congratulations to Sasha. Here is what inspires her.
I like to draw from when I was really young. I decided to draw my pet dog in order to mark down the memories we made. Art, especially now, is something that's really powerful. It can unite people together and help people to open their minds. Inspiration can really happen when you least expect it.
And the 2020 Most Promising Artist of the Year award goes to Mr. Emil Nicodemus Chiu Kai for his painting titled Family Portrait. An affectionate look at his family relationships, represented by the range of garments on their clothes rack. It encapsulates the spirit of his family and what he feels makes a home. Congratulations, Emil. Let's hear from him.
I'm happy to win this competition and I'm glad that I took the leap of faith to join. I would like to thank UOB for creating this platform for artists to showcase our works, and of course my family who has supported me throughout the years in my decision to pursue arts. Thank you very much. Since young I had difficulty learning how to speak. I felt like I could never properly communicate my ideas. Art game was like a language for me to communicate to others. If you have something that you're passionate about, you should go for it. Have faith and don't be afraid to try.
We will now present the awards for the 2020 UOB Painting of the Year Singapore Established Artist category. This category is open to professional artists whose strong portfolios have been showcased in exhibitions. These artists have been represented by a gallery or have received recognition through art awards. This year, in addition to the top 4 finalists in the Established Artist category, 2 more artists' works are being recognized as highly commended. The first highly commended award goes to Miss He Shu for her painting titled United We Stand. Her painting is a representation of staying resilient amid the challenges that surround us and turning those challenges into opportunities. Congratulations, He Shu. The next highly commended award goes to Mr. Wang Fei for his painting S.R. Nathan in 1974 Laju Ferry hijacking incident. Through his painting, he hopes to encourage one to have faith and courage, to cope with difficult circumstances through the experience of our late president and the team of Singaporeans who worked together to counter terrorism. Congratulations to Wang Fei. The Bronze Award for the Established Artist category goes to Mr. Ben Pua for his painting An Intimate Conversation. He uses motifs and imagery to capture the overall atmosphere of the COVID-19 contagion, but also lightens the mood with elements symbolic of hope. Congratulations to Ben. This is his story.
I get inspired by war stories, combining them with my own experiences. This artwork captures the overall mood and atmosphere of this crisis, uplifted by elements of hope. There are no rules in art. It is an ongoing process, an endless journey. And an artist can't expect to be embraced by everyone. You need to have a strong will to pursue your passion.
And now, the Silver Award goes to Mr. Esmond Lo Fa Rong, for his painting titled The Last Hawker Store. Here, he imagines a post-apocalyptic scene where there's only one hawker store left in Singapore. His painting expresses the fear and uncertainty that many experience today, but at the same time reflects the spirit and tenacity of our hawkers, a symbol of solidarity. Congratulations to Esmond, and let's hear his story.
I paint primarily scenes that evoke drama, tension and ambiguity, combining abstract and figurative elements. When the COVID-19 pandemic hit, many hawkers in Singapore were badly affected. My painting would evoke the fear and uncertainty that we feel, but at the same time celebrate the spirit and tenacity of our hawkers, portraying them as a symbol of solidarity. Just enjoy the journey and have fun.
The Gold Award for the Established Artist category goes to Mr. Ivan David Ng for his painting titled Making Sense of Difference No. 2. The painting braids disparate material together and serves as a metaphor, not so much of the complexity of society and life in 2020, but the binding of our differences and diversity into solidarity. Congratulations, Ivan. Let's take a look at his story.
Often I weave together materials that are from very different histories and backgrounds, and then I weave them into one whole. Art has the ability to be a platform for people to be honest. Don't be afraid of difference. Instead, seek it out and sit with it. You don't have to understand everything all at once. Eventually, all the parts will start to make sense altogether.
And finally, the 2020 UOB Painting of the Year Award for Established Artist Singapore goes to Mr. Zhang Chunlei for his painting titled Art Stages Pasar 2020. It represents the hustle and bustle of life in Singapore. During the COVID-19 circuit breaker, the past bustling scene of the Pasar is gone, evoking loneliness and isolation. By putting famous characters and landmarks together, Chunlei hopes to convey the importance of standing together as one, to overcome difficulties and hardships, and to restore life to the Pasar. Congratulations to Chunlei. Let's hear from him.
首先，很开心拿到这个奖，我要感谢 UOB 组委会，感谢各位评委，感谢我的家人、我的太太，一路来支持我的朋友们，谢谢大家。你怎么样找到一个点来打动人？所以我想通过这个艺术啊，传递一个正能量，团结在一起。平面艺术家应该都是一个孤独的攀登者，你需要耐得住寂寞，你需要自己给自己加油。艺术是给人带来力量。
The top award of the evening is the 2020 UOB Southeast Asian Painting of the Year. This regional recognition is awarded to the most outstanding of the 4 UOB Painting of the Year Award country winners from Singapore, Indonesia, Malaysia, and Thailand. The finalists in the UOB Southeast Asian Painting of the Year are from Singapore, Mr. Zhang Chunlei for Art Stages Pasar 2020. From Indonesia, Mr. Prabu Pradana for Isolated Garden. From Malaysia, Mr. Sabri Idrus for Silent Fortress. And from Thailand, Mr. Tongmai Tipram for Super Strength in Unity. Let's now hear from each of the artists.
很小的时候我就喜欢画画，我可以用艺术讲我想表达的思想。当看的人对我这个画感兴趣，理解我所讲的东西，我就觉得给我力量。这个时候我就觉得有意思了。真正的 artist 应该是考虑的是另一个山峰，更高的山峰。
My artwork is a response to the massive information which overlap each other, competing to grab attention. So there is no such a thing absolute. Everything is relative. My painting is realistic. I paint what I see, perceive, I understand. Art is a therapy to develop positive energy for the artist himself and for others. It can unite people from different backgrounds. Keep your passion alive.
Elemen dalam karya saya dipengaruhi oleh unsur-unsur seni bina yang melibatkan penerokaan bahan, hubungan dengan waktu, ruang dinamik dan statik, dan materiality. Silent Fortress ingin mencari ruang tenang untuk kita bertindak, bertanggungjawab antara satu sama lain, berbuat baik kepada orang lain dan juga pada diri sendiri. Saya berharap ingin merapatkan jurang antara yang benar dan yang ideal.
คือคำว่ารวมพลังประจันบานเนี่ยเป็นลักษณะของการที่ซูเปอร์ฮีโร่หรือคนที่เป็นขวัญใจของเยาวชนและก็คนทุกคนเนี่ยช่วยเหลือการต่อสู้กับวิกฤตของสังคมเหล่าซูเปอร์ฮีโร่ทุกคนเนี่ยจับเชือกเส้นเดียวกันและก็เป็นทีมเดียวกันก็คือเป็นทีมที่ต่อสู้กับอีกฝั่งตรงข้ามซึ่งมองไม่เห็นไม่ว่าคุณจะเดินช้าหรือคุณจะเดินไกลแต่ถ้าคุณไม่หยุดเดินผมว่าคุณไปถึงเป้าหมายแน่นอนครับผม
Ladies and gentlemen, the prestigious 2020 UOB Southeast Asian Painting of the Year Award goes to Mr. Prabhu Pradana for his painting Isolated Garden. Congratulations, Prabhu. Let's hear from him.
I am very happy and very surprised for receiving this award, and I would like to say thank you to UOB, to all the jurors team and all the committee team. Thank you all.
We hope you've had an inspiring evening. Let's take a look at the 40 winning artworks from this year's artists. Thank you for being part of the 2020 UOB Painting of the Year Awards ceremony. We look forward to your continued support as we celebrate our milestone, 40 years of the UOB Painting of the Year in 2021.